Modern software does not operate in a vacuum. A serious application today is built by composing dozens of highly specialized, interconnected capabilities, rather than trying to compute everything inside a single, isolated system. Historically, development teams did not build with these connections in mind. They built the internal logic first, defining database tables and writing core feature code, treating communication with the outside world as an afterthought. Bolting endpoints onto pre-existing backend code forces external systems to navigate internal constraints, creating friction. Data returns in unpredictable formats, and internal tables are inadvertently exposed. Pushed to support new mobile or B2B clients, the single endpoint cracks under the strain. Complex systems require communication layers that are predictable, intentionally designed, and highly structured from day one. Treating an API as a mere technical endpoint creates an unscalable bottleneck. To build resilient software, the interface has to be designed before the implementation begins. API-first development inverts the traditional sequence. It forces teams to define exactly how systems will interact before writing the internal logic. In this model, the API is a strict versioned product contract. It establishes exactly what data can be requested, what actions are permitted, and what errors will be returned. This requires writing a clear specification, like an open API document or protocol buffers, to serve as the absolute source of truth. Once that contract is locked in, multiple parallel tracks of development can advance simultaneously. Front-end developers no longer sit idle waiting for back-end logic. Because rules are strictly defined, teams can instantly generate temporary mock servers from the contract, testing client applications against simulated responses immediately.
This parallel execution eliminates dependencies between teams, drastically accelerating how fast an enterprise organization can ship reliable features. By defining the rules of engagement upfront, the API functions as the foundational blueprint for a growing digital ecosystem. There is no universally superior API protocol. The architecture you choose is dictated entirely by how your clients need to communicate. This diagram maps the architecture for an online learning platform. We have a learning platform core serving highly varied clients. For a standard web dashboard, we use REST. REST maps business resources to HTTP methods, providing predictable, standardized JSON blocks to web clients. But REST becomes inefficient when dealing with complex, highly dynamic user interfaces. It often forces the client to overfetch, downloading massive, rigid data objects just to extract one or two relevant fields. For those dynamic clients, we implement GraphQL. GraphQL allows the client interface to dictate exactly what data it needs. The massive payload is filtered down to a highly targeted response, saving crucial bandwidth for a mobile app. Outside of external clients, we also have internal microservices communicating rapidly behind the scenes. Here, standard text-based protocols are simply too slow. For internal system traffic, we rely on gRPC. gRPC uses protocol buffers to serialize data into a highly efficient, strongly typed binary format. This ensures ultra-low latency communication between backend systems. A scalable ecosystem relies on a protocol matrix, matching the exact communication tool to the specific requirement of the client. Standard request-response protocols require the client to actively ask for information. That model fails when dealing with continuous or asynchronous system states. If a learning platform features a live chat or a collaborative whiteboard, you need WebSockets. WebSockets establish a persistent, bidirectional data pipe. The server pushes updates to the client instantly, eliminating the need for constant polling to check for new messages. Persistent connections consume heavy resources, making them overkill for infrequent asynchronous events, like waiting for a third-party payment to clear. For those scenarios, we use webhooks. A webhook allows an external system to push an event notification back into your platform the exact moment an action concludes. Relying on external systems to push data introduces a critical requirement. Your endpoints must be idempotent. Network anomalies mean a provider might send the same success event multiple times. An idempotent endpoint safely rejects the duplicate without charging the customer twice. Integrating event-driven patterns moves your architecture away from a passive data store and turns it into a fully reactive system. Expanding your ecosystem expands your attack surface. In a distributed architecture, you must never expose internal microservices directly to the public internet. You secure the perimeter by deploying an API gateway.
This acts as the exclusive front door and central control plane for all incoming traffic. Instead of clients tracking multiple URLs, the gateway receives every request, routing traffic to internal destinations. Crucially, it enforces zero-trust architecture. Incoming requests are evaluated for a valid JWT token. Untokenized requests are dropped into a rejection bin. But authentication alone does not protect against resource exhaustion. A perfectly authenticated bot, a noisy tenant, or an infinite loop can easily overwhelm your database. The defense against exhaustion is rate limiting. The gateway tracks request volumes. Once a strict quota is hit, it intercepts further attempts and returns an HTTP 429 status, effectively throttling the abusive traffic. By centralizing routing, authentication, and traffic control, the API gateway hardens a vulnerable collection of internal endpoints into an enterprise-grade surface area. As your ecosystem grows, data volume scales exponentially, allowing a client to query an entire million-row user table in a single, unconstrained request will lock up your database and spike latency. You mitigate this by enforcing cursor-based pagination. The API chunks massive payloads into safe, manageable sequences, pointing the client to the exact next batch of data without straining the backend. Scaling data volume is only half the battle. Over time, business rules evolve, and the structures within your API will have to change to support them. Modifying a live contract by renaming a field or changing a required parameter without warning will instantly break the software of external partners relying on that integration. You protect downstream consumers through strict URL versioning. Maintaining a legacy version path alongside a new endpoint ensures existing integrations remain stable while new capabilities are deployed. Strict pagination and versioning establish the governance protocols necessary to keep a living ecosystem stable as it grows. The life cycle of an API does not end at deployment. To guarantee reliability, you have to continuously observe how the contract behaves in production. This telemetry dashboard tracks request volumes, identifies endpoint latency spikes, and monitors status code distributions to catch failures before they cascade. As dozens of microservices rely on one another, you ensure long-term stability through automated contract testing. Contract tests verify that data providers and consumers agree on exact data structures before a single line of code ever reaches production. Pause for effect. API-first development turns the realization that interfaces are living products into a reality, transforming isolated business logic into resilient digital ecosystems, capable of supporting enterprise-level growth.